I forgot to record.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh, we better get down to business.
Hello, everyone. Sorry.
Yeah, well, how do we want to do this, Mariana? Do the breakout rooms again, or do we just want to kind of all, since there's only six of us?
I was thinking I asked Eleni and Path if they are going to join. Eleni missed the time, so I don't know if she will join because I would really like to speak about social media with her and anyone that want to join. Who is interested in communication, growth, social media on these things? Is anyone here interested, or is only me?
I mean, I'm definitely interested. I mean, I've been doing more of the library stuff. I don't know. There's a lot we need to talk about where it comes down to the library. I know Rob and I have been in touch about some things, and of course Suzanne and I. But I mean, if you want to kind of break down some of the things that you all have been working on in that group, I think probably all of our thoughts could maybe, yeah, could assist you all. And if more people come and we want to split up, we can still do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I wanted more like to brainstorm ideas, and to see the feedback from everyone and also people brainstorming.
Yeah.
With just 6 people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was because last time we were a lot. So I was expecting.
Yeah.
Here is Eleni.
Oh, good.
Owen, do you feel that, and Susan, you feel that it would be nice to do a group for you, or no? Or how do you?
I don't
yeah,
think.
I think we're fine, this time around since we are so small. I mean, we can find stuff to work on, but honestly, next weekend when I'm in Tucson, we're going to be covering a lot of ground there. And so, yeah, I mean, it'd be great to be part of the discussion this time around on communication and growth and things like that, because, I'm definitely interested.
Then we can focus on communication and growth and this all together. Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah, great.
Good.
Could I ask whether have a new member join the guild? Did you get any request from the Taiwan?
I think there was somebody who I didn't recognize their name who I think they just joined. I got an email last week.
Yeah, because some my colleague asked me about how to join a guild. So
Okay.
I already give the information. I just thought whether they have already joined the guild.
Let me see. Yeah, we can keep talking. I'll look through my emails. I just get an update every time somebody.
Yeah, it's okay.
Pays their dues.
I just want to make sure it's okay. But others, I will get more information for them and add some information to the list, because you have some recommend list about the marketing. Yeah, it's a promotion. Yeah, marketing promotion list. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, say that part again. The marketing promotion list.
Last meeting we have because I joined a promotion group.
Right.
Because we have some list, name list. Yeah, we need to fill in. Yeah.
I think Jeff was working on that.
Jeff, this is Jeff with the form, no, that we need to fill and all of this and send the contacts. That's what Jeff did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And what do you mean, Queenie? Like you have a question about it, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I needed to be honest. I already got the marketing promotion list, but I haven't to fill it. But I already have some name list. Want to do that, so I will.
Good.
I will do this later. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, feel it when you have time. Of course, no hurries.
Yeah. And yeah, I give a small cut about, it's a very happy, because the company dance Espanol, the Spanish dance company to come to Taiwan. Now they are a performer common in the Taiwan. Yeah, but Juan, he didn't come, but he recommended another pianist is Victoria, and she will have I invite her to come to our school, and she will have a short class. She will play the ballet class for our student. Yes.
Super.
Yeah. Because the Juan Antonio, he introduced the pianist. Yeah.
To your school.
Yeah. And so maybe Jaan or some young pianist, they will join the class to see the story. Yeah, just
That's so good.
yeah.
When will this happen? When?
Yeah, it's next it's coming Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, because now the company dance, the Spanish company, yeah, because I couldn't speak the Espanol. It's a company nacional.
Compañía Nacional de Danza.
Yeah. They already perform in Taiwan now. So I have a chance to invite the pianist to come our school and play one class.
Super.
The demonstration for a young musician. Yeah, it's a small class. Yeah.
Super. So good. Making connections between Spain and Taiwan.
Yeah.
Great. Super.
Okay. Sorry, interrupting.
No.
Yeah, that's great.
Additional information. Yes, well, as you know, I mean, I'm thinking a lot how we communicate, no, with the world while we are trying to grow our community and to have more resources as we are doing with the library, with the links that we are uploading in the resources and all of this, and it's like, I'm thinking a lot how we're going to make more visual content, as you say before, like it's visual now, so important. And my main worry is that it's very difficult to create videos. It takes, I mean, what I'm doing with my Instagram and my YouTube is taking me ages, it's like, so that's the thing that I would like to, for example, I have one idea that I will share with you, but I don't know if we spoke a little bit about this in the meeting I think it was in July or something like this. So yeah, my main thought is how we can create visual material and how we can coordinate this.
There's probably a number of musicians out there who've had their music like performed with dance that has been videoed. A lot of them aren't very good. I mean, a lot of the videos aren't very good.
Exactly, and that's the problem also.
And but there are everybody. I mean, a number of people have a couple that are worth seeing. But the thing is, who even, where would anybody see them? Because I mean, people who don't know the guild aren't going to sign on to. They're not going to become members just to be able to look at guild stuff. I'm just wondering, if people look at like YouTube, for example, if we had a guild YouTube channel or whatever, and a couple of us, if we had a couple of videos so we could, at least people could put the dance part together with the music part. You know what I mean? Because I mean, some of us have recordings too, but I just find that people, you have to hit people over the head with the stuff for them to even get it. I find that with dancers, even when you have the perfect music for them, they don't, a lot of them don't get it until they actually see it with their dance and compared to something else. And so seeing that, because I think we all believe, and why we're here is that there's something about working with this medium that was transformative for our own you know, creativity and process and all that, and not just being able to make a living doing it, but there's something about it that there's a reason, if you're a choreographer, to work with a person who has spent a zillion years in studios looking at movement and kind of gets it. I mean, I think, I mean, you know, not that they all don't choose anything else that's out there on Spotify or whatever that's convenient, but still, you know, maybe that's a start to solicit, you know, quality videos. That
But that's the issue. Quality videos. I mean, I have videos of my work that, you know, you can't really see what's going on, and if it's done with a camera at the back of the house, the sound is coming through that little microphone on the.
right.
I mean, and then the 1 hour long piece that I do have a really good video of, well, the sound's not great because it was taken from the back of the house, but I don't have permission to post that.
Exactly. Well, I have on my mobile a video that's Natalie, for example. I was thinking to share this on our Instagram, but I didn't find a way, you know. But if we can gather some videos, you know, for example, from my YouTube, I have a lot of videos, and of course I give my permission. Or, you know, this Natalie Gilbert had a short talk video. I don't know if you have seen it, and it was really nice. It was like the quality is good, her voice, she's explaining, and they did like a short trailer. So if we could, for example, have those videos on our YouTube and our Instagram, you know, we could like present those videos with maybe with like a sentence to 2-3 sentences of the musician speaking or something like this. But I don't know how much we can gather of this, and again about this permission and all of this. The only video that I got, it was from Natalie, because I think I asked about this long time ago when I started with the Instagram, and I didn't get any. No one sent me anything. So of course we can ask our members if they have something that we can use, that we can like promote our work there.
Is there a way that we could do something where people sent videos to someone that didn't, where, or some place where it didn't just end up like whatever I have, I'm going to send, and it's going to go on the listserv, and you know, that kind of thing. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I mean, I don't like to just put a bunch of stuff up, because, you know, I just think that you could get this sort of clutter thing where people start putting this, that, the other thing up there, and then we end up having a whole bunch of emails we have to wade through, and, you know, videos and that kind of thing, prior to them being curated in any way for quality and brevity, whatever.
Exactly. I mean, now in the web, for example, where we have resources, there actually, I think Jeff or Owen, I don't know who, I think Jeff, because he's doing the website in member resources, he add, for example, the link of the Red Hansen Graham class, for example. So we could have there like links of videos related to our profession, for example. No?
So a thought that occurs to me, yeah, I think that would that would be
Very
good,
easy
definitely for yeah.
reference, you know. That's what I say also, like I have my YouTube videos and I have my dance films, for example, put tun tun tun. And then another person have a dance film or a project or something, and we can just add the links. So that's a very easy way to create content
Sure.
on the website, which is
Sure, I think we can do that. And then I think also having the YouTube channel, and if we were to then, like, you know, there's the Facebook group for ballet pianists, and if there's a way that we could on a regular basis
yeah,
be posting something there, and again, kind of enticing people to come over to the YouTube channel, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's trying to figure out where to put the breadcrumbs. You know, it's like, again, figuring out what our target, you know, who the people we're trying to reach, and that's a big group right there. And I just use that as an example, but and for percussionists, it would probably be something like the Percussive Arts Society, and I'm trying to brainstorm some ways of going to the conference, and then also maybe how to be posting to wherever the sort of their member resources are, wherever people gather for that kind of stuff. And I think it's just, yeah, putting those ideas out there and leading them back to our, and I think if we have a really good YouTube page that has both things that we've uploaded, but also, I mean, if you have the channel, we can be curating other people's stuff, in the sense that if it's something that's up on YouTube, right, we just create a, you know, like a playlist. Basically, we create something where people can go view other videos. And that seems to be, I mean, that seems to be a pretty straightforward way we could do it, since we already have all that. I mean, I'm not versed in TikTok, so I'm not going to be recommending using that, although there may be some benefit to that as well. But it seems like between YouTube and Facebook, we should be able to kind of hone in on the folks we're trying to get.
And you know, I can see Instagram is so powerful now. I mean, from my experience, it really arrives to a lot of people. And even we can put a little bit of money on promotion. It can be just euros per day, you know, so it's nothing. And it goes to a lot of, it arrives to a lot of people. Maybe we could ask for permission to have like short clips of things. You know, we don't put the whole, and also people don't look at videos that are longer than 10 seconds. So, you know, like put a short, you know, instead of having like one video of 5 minutes that no one is going to watch, because the world works like this now on social media. Like, you know, create like short videos.
You know, if we created something like that,
like,
where we had
exactly like from, if we have, for example, Rob, if you have those videos that you say that the quality is not good, but maybe we can have, you know, like select 5 seconds here, 15 seconds there.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that if you had something like that, where you had like links that are sort of like a teaser to something that people could see, but maybe seeing the actual video requires going to the guild site or something like that, or even being a member, or I don't know what, but I'm trying to think about ways to get around the problem of, do I need to get the permission of every dancer who was in the video that was taken 10 years ago?
No,
you know,
forget.
or do I need?
I think we need to be a little bit more rude in a way. I mean, like, because it takes so much time sometimes to get permission, and it's so short. It's like, and also many videos, like the dancers are very far, so you don't see their faces almost. Of course, if they are in the first line, of course, it's important to ask. But if they are far away, hello.
I just remembered that I think it's good quality video. I did a music project with some students. One who was the videographer, I bought him a camera, and the students created the dance exercises and demonstrated. I think they demonstrated them, or did my voice do it? And then I played for them to show how you could vocalize a dance exercise. And I think each exercise is separate. So I'll have to look at that and see if the quality is as good as I remember, because they did it as a class project. the music is mine, it's copyrighted, would give permission to upload it to the, or provide a link to the YouTube channel
Exactly.
For that. So I'll look at that this week.
Okay, well, what I'm thinking now, like we could do like in the next week is like maybe I sent again an email asking for people to send links, and then that we will select a small, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds of each video, and then we can share this on our Instagram. And then in YouTube, we have to see what we can share, because in YouTube, people are looking for videos up like 10, 20 minutes. That's fine, but not Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Should we ask people to edit them before they send them?
Oh no,
I
that
mean,
would
I'm gonna look through and see if I have anything, if I have a minute here or 30-second something there that's that I can edit. I mean, I always prefer to edit my own stuff rather than have somebody else do it, because
I mean, of course, yeah, of course.
But then send it where? Send it to who?
I think I will. I think we have to use the Gmail, our Gmail account. So through WeTransfer, for example, allows to send until 2 gigabytes. So,
Wow.
and then there is another platform that allows until 5 gigabytes.
I have Box, something called Box that I know I can post my videos links to that, and I think I can make them downloadable. That's probably, so what I would do is just send a few links to something sort of edited, I have to see what I've got, because you're right. I mean, half the videos are really unwatchable. They're shot poorly, or the hall looks dumpy, or it was done outside, and but I think hopefully we have something.
I hope so.
Sorry I came late, but what is the video that's being requested? Is it dance music kind of videos of concerts, or what?
Yes, Andy,
Yeah.
we are talking about how how we present material, how we contact, how we grow our community. Because now finally, I don't know if you hear, but the library and archive are like finally something is happening through Owen and Suzanne, through the university, the Behaven University, and then so we have this. So this is finally happening. Of course, it will take time to have something like professional and organized, but it's happening. And then also we are trying to, in the member resources in the website, we are trying to make like links and references, so when people join the guild, they have something, they have the library and they have the member resources, and then they have the discussion. So this like the main things that we are working. But then the next step, or the main step, I don't know, is how we communicate all of this, to get new people, to grow our community, and to have and to build the community that we want to have. So we were talking about YouTube and Instagram and the website and all of this. So what I was saying, like in YouTube, we have the option to show longer videos, because YouTube is more about this, about long videos, but Instagram is we need very short videos. So we are thinking to ask members to send links or to send videos, and then we work with those videos and we try to make more visual stuff online.
I think that one of the things that might be worth sort of saying is that we're looking for videos of concert dance, dance for film, and class stuff. I mean, the class stuff is difficult because so few of them are recorded well. For some reason, pianos recorded from like 70 feet away in a reverberant hall just sound crappy. But if anybody does have something like that, because I mean, again, I think, Andy, where this all came from, I think, we're all just talking about how we're living in a visual world. You know, people, you know,
Totally.
we make noise, but people need to connect that to some sort of visual thing, because that's kind of what we do, right? We're working with
Yeah.
a visual medium. We're working.
Yeah, I've been putting all my music onto short videos. That's what I've been doing with it recently. Yeah.
Where do you share them?
On Vimeo and YouTube. I'm not. I
Okay.
have to get more into Instagram. I've not really crossed into that world yet too much.
How is your YouTube channel? How is it called?
It's just my name, Andy Tierstein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a couple of films that are in edit right now that I'm working on that'll be posted within a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea. I think that is a wonderful idea to get people to post things and have an archive that people can go through. Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel more motivated now with this talk. I just needed to share, and it's like what we can do. So I think we can start with this, like asking people to share. I will send an email next week to ask all the members to send or links or videos by WeTransfer or something. Then we can have this material in our Google Drive, and then let's see how we can use this material.
Can I suggest, kind of along the lines of what David suggested to me when I was making announcements via email? I think it'd be really good for two reasons. We can send through Club Express, we can send an email to all members, past and present. So really, really encouraging people to just in the field, and starting with the people who have been involved with us if they're not currently. But I mean, yeah, and then also that, as David will point out, that way everybody isn't responding to every email, and we get on this long, kind of cumbersome exchanges on there. So that would be my suggestion. And that way also you can just really have people hone in on replying to wherever you want them to reply to.
Okay, good. Andy, you want to ask or to yes?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I knew about this meeting, and then it slipped my mind, and I was like trying to figure out how to post on the site. So my first question is, how do I post a question or a discussion thing, Owen or Suzanne? Is there like a method? Who do I respond to, or who do I send it to?
So assuming your membership's current, you go on and the space that's discussion, and there's all the different categories that you could post under.
I try some of those linked to like a 404 kind of, maybe my membership. Maybe I have to check my membership. Maybe that's the trick.
Perhaps that'd be my first guess. And while I'm sitting here, I can just
Can you just share your screen, Owen, to show him?
Yeah, sure. Well, it sounds like he knows where to go. I'm just going to look real quick and just check out your membership status and make sure.
And while you're doing that, the big question I wanted to put, it's the old can of worms that I hate to do it again, but because I know it gets into the weeds so quickly. But Bill Moulton and I, for years, we fought against the thing of students sort of using music without permission and cutting it up. And now, and so eventually they wore us down, the faculty mostly, and the chair and so forth. And we don't require students to do any licensing of anything. And but now it's come up again because I'm now steering a course of the student performances. We made a course out of that instead of letting it be just haphazard. And we do a lot. We do like 14 performances a year. So the students are upset, very upset, because we're trying to hold them to certain restrictions we have on cutting the music up, even though they don't get rights. Like they're not allowed to just take a piece out of the middle of the music and cut it, which they do all the time. And they're so pissed off about this. And the faculty is not clear. They're mixed because it's like a different time. People cut things up, they blah, blah, blah. So my question, I want to send a simple survey because I know this gets into a huge morass and so vague and so confusing and so some people say the blanket licenses cover, some people say it doesn't because it's not dramatic, all these things. It gets so involved. Other people are like, this is very clear. ASCAP does not cover this. You have to like get them to get permissions. So what I need for ammunition is just to be able to go into my meetings this week, which will be intense, and say, here's what they do at other universities. At such and such university, they don't allow, students have to get permissions. They cannot make any cuts to their music. Would it be okay for me to send like a 3-question little thing out to the group and get that? Or is that going to put people in danger of getting sued by, government? What do you think?
I'd respond.
Yeah, I think send it. Yeah, I just looked, your membership is good. I think it's just a matter of, let's find out where we're getting those error messages. Because you should just be able to post under member discussions. I would say, either miscellaneous or suggestion and ideas, or something like that.
Well, maybe I had like an old link or something. Maybe you can just give me the link again and I can copy it.
Yeah, I'm going to copy it right now.
Thank you.
Surely.
The thing with
Andy?
asking how schools do their licensing stuff, it is such a big can of worms. And I mean, I've been through it in so many different ways, including my name being on a lawsuit from Philip Glass.
Oh,
years ago at UCLA when I was music director.
Oh, that was the Pat Catterson thing, or
yeah. And after I said we should get licensing, and they of course didn't do it. And then, but I mean, the thing is, but I've also had my own stuff used and abused. A number of, I've had written to people on, who posted YouTube videos without permission, or cut stuff up, or I've yanked music from dancers of mine because they're stopping in the middle. I just had that discussion with somebody a couple of months ago. Like, if you're not going to use the whole thing, don't use it. And that was
right.
And they take, because there's the attitude that it's their music. It's their music because it's in their, it's in their iPhone or whatever. I found that even when schools have decided, let's have a policy, that policy lasts for a few weeks. And then people cut corners around it or whatever. Yeah. I think we're at a time where it's really hard if you have faculty or whoever you're working with that aren't totally on board with it. You're the enemy.
Right.
You become the enemy.
You're always the enemy, but they're just willing to work with you because it's a pain in the ass. But then, I mean, we had a student who left it to the last minute and was denied and fined because, and then I wrote them a letter and they turned it into a learning opportunity and fined him $25 and basically said, because we've been doing the right thing all these years, teaching the students, they were going to be lenient, but it's a crapshoot.
Marymount says that the ASCAP license doesn't cover it.
It doesn't.
Right. That's what it looks like when I read it. It looks like it's not.
No, I mean, we've been doing this I've been doing this since the 90s and going, and I've been invited to ballet festivals, and the first time they basically attacked me, and then 10 years later they invited me back, and they were all fined after the gala because licensing companies got a copy of the program that had all of the music. So each company got fined, and that wasn't my doing. I mean, so it's really just what they want to believe, and with alternative facts now, you can't really win any kind of argument. But you're absolutely right. If the faculty are on board, at least understanding the situation and wanting to support doing the right thing, or at least teaching what the right thing is.
Right.
The law's
Yeah.
pretty clear. I mean, dance.
I mean, that's where it might be, is just, it might be that I lose the fight, so we don't fight, but I just say, look, you can do, you obviously can do what you need to do, but I encourage you to be
Strongly
aesthetically
encourage.
engaged. What?
Yeah,
Strongly encourage.
Strongly encourage, yeah.
yeah, but there are still people getting fined.
Right, right. I think lawsuits are extremely rare. I think the only one I heard about is that one, David, that UCLA one. But
Well,
I guess the universities pay the fine and don't do the lawsuit is what usually happens, probably.
Usually, yeah.
Well, there's the famous Elliott Feld debacle.
Right.
I can't remember the name of
Joyce.
the.
It was the
company, but-
Strauss. It was yeah, I don't know. They didn't have permission to do the Strauss piece, so they did
Right,
all the
so they did it in
silence.
silence. Yeah.
But that's not a university situation.
Right.
No.
Our Jory always said that the university lawyers advised him that we were covered, whatever that means.
Yeah,
But
well,
we did have, if we did a piece, oh, good Lord, what was that piece we did? And we had to have permission from the choreographer, the set designer, no, choreographer, composer, and costume designer. And we could not videotape it even for rehearsal purposes.
Yeah,
So
the
those-
videotape is a
we
whole.
followed
other
those
thing.
kinds of rules when we had a piece like that, and we had to have, paid to perform it and all of that.
But
But
Suzanne, you're saying you don't require them. You don't require the students to get licensing rights because it's covered by the
No.
university.
that Jory always said it was covered.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have a university lawyer that you could bring in?
I know. I did speak to the lawyer. It was their only concern was about the live streaming and the video stuff. They weren't
They
concerned.
didn't want to talk to you about copyright.
most of these places don't want. I ended up going to the main hub of the whole UC system because nobody wanted to deal with it. I finally got the person, the UC. This was years ago, and basically they said we don't. We don't want to touch it. We don't want to deal with it. I guess they think that lawsuits are so infrequent and it's, whatever. And this is, unless you're doing like cats or something like that, they think, they think that there's just not enough money in it one way or the other to be litigious. But it's not just about the money part. It's what Andy's talking about. It's the indiscriminate chopping up of that. And what I've always tried to do is talk to the choreographers about and dancers about like, how do you like it if I wanted you in my piece, but I said, well, let's just lose the arms,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But I'm surprised that the feeling in the room has changed. I've had these discussions over the years, and this year they really know what they want, and they are like, how dare you have us change our choreography in any way? And I talk about it's a collaboration. You have the music, work with it, you'll go deeper that way. If the integrity of the music is there. Robert, go for it.
Yeah, but if a composer wants to use a poem, they have to get permission.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
Right.
sometimes they can cut it up, sometimes they can't. And
Right.
sometimes they don't get permission.
That's where I wanted to interject something. Hi, you guys. Sorry I'm late.
Hey.
Not feeling well today. So anyway, great to see you, Andy. Well, the rest of you too, but I mean, I haven't seen Andy in a long time. Since COVID, and you could hear the ambulances going on in the background, it was pretty scary. But anyway, my take on this, and sorry I got into the discussion late, but I've heard this discussion before, and when it's come up with my students, I've made it a learning experience, and I would say to them, well, give them context. Who's the composer of this music? Blah 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 blah. Okay, well, call them and ask them if you can use their music.
Exactly.
And they look at me like, you're kidding me. You want me to call them? call them or send them an email. Suzanne and I did this one year. She had a graduate student who wanted to use a piece of my music. They sent me an email. I said, sure, go ahead, use it. I'm honored that you chose to use my music, blah, blah, blah. I actually did this with Lou Harrison. I sent him an email, said I'm doing choreographing a suite, 7 pastorals. Is it okay if I use it and dedicate it to Ollie Kostak? Well, Ollie Kostak was a friend of his, and he said, I would be honored if you used the music. But, I kept the integrity of the music when I was using it. And I think that the students, as a learning experience, if they could call up David Bowie, how do you do that? Call up David Bowie or somebody or whoever. Bjork, I think, was real popular back when I was teaching. And so just give her a call and find out if you can use her music.
Well, we used to do that, but it's almost impossible to reach most of them. They're the ones they want to use are big companies or big,
they'll send you to they'll send you the distributor,
right,
agent or whatever. And that's also part of the learning process for the kids, is learning that.
Yeah, I used to have letters, templates that I gave them. Dear Mr. Beethoven, but that got faded out. They're like, we don't have to ask the students for that. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, now I try to encourage them at least to fade the music out if they want to make it shorter, which kind of implies that the music goes on, that the choreographer decided to change it, but it doesn't really imply that anymore anyway. So it's a mess. All right, well, thank you for this. This is helpful. I'll post it. And hopefully it won't get into the morass. It'll just be the little questions answered so I can come up, have some ammunition for my meetings this week.
One of the most one of the most recent ACDF shows I went to, looking at the programs, I figured out that about 60% of the music, because I went like 3 different nights, at least 60% was edited or chopped up or something like that, and so I mean it's that kind of thing where it's so prevalent that it's just part of the culture.
That's one of the students' points, that it happens in the world all the time. Why are you making us not do it? That's a hard one to get around.
It's a matter of respect of the music and the artist.
I'm with you, Suzanne.
I know. And I think David wrote an article for the Journal about this very thing, right?
Yeah,
Kathy's written articles, and another woman at NDEO wrote an article about it. It's in one of the journals. I'll see if I can find that.
Yeah, I mean, I just need some ammunition. They're going to say, well, what do they do at Marymount? What do they do at Juilliard? What do they do at, UCLA? And if I can just
peer institutions.
So
yeah,
we get permission, and especially for videos, especially when we do festivals here, people are supposed to have gotten permission to use things. But again,
you require the students. You require the students to get permission.
Yeah, we do. I just put up links to 2 articles.
Thank you.
They're pretty recent.
And those are the kind of things we should definitely post under our links and resources, under copyright resources.
Yeah. I wonder if there is such a thing as a treasury with money in it, with the guild or whatever. I just wonder if it would be worth it to ask some music legal person who understands grand rights or whatever to work up some contemporary short list of guidelines that are actually legal. I mean, because I'm not a lawyer. I've read stuff that's put out by the National Endowment for the Arts and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know if that's 20 years old. Does that take into account the Sonny Bono Act, and all these other things? It'd just be nice to have some concise information that we were all working on the same page, so we could say, according to this thing, even if you're the administrator of your university is saying that you can use it, if that's not the case, it'd be nice to have some ammo more than, well, I read on the internet that.
That's it. It's the ammo. And this guy, Ty Truly, I forgot his last name. He did a wonderful presentation for us a couple of conferences back.
Brockport, I think.
Yeah, in Brockport. I don't know where it's at now, but you're right. That would be great to get. It's very hard to make it clear. Even for him, it's very difficult to make it clear, but we need some clarity for sure.
I also have access to a local copyright attorney who really loved one of our dancers. I think that her family and his family were friends. And he came and talked to my class twice. And they were like drop jaw amazed at what they could not do. But I think it really opened their eyes to hear it come from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Can I add something to this, and then we can, I'm fine letting it go, but this applies to their work as well. I mean, I remember Phyllis Lamhood grabbing a camera from somebody in the audience and opening the camera and exposing all of the film. But
Really?
their works, yeah, their works are. I've had fellow faculty members coming from LA who had dancers in their company. One dancer in particular got a commercial job and used my colleague's choreography in the commercial without permission. And he saw his work on TV in a commercial. So it goes the other way too. It's not as common, but they're basically just thinking what's easiest. That's always been that. This is not the way they work. Choreographers typically wait until the last minute and often change their mind in the dress rehearsal. So, I remember Daniel Negrin just throwing a fit when he, was told, well, you really shouldn't be cutting up your music this way. He says, he wouldn't hear it. He just, this is what he's done all his life, and this is what he's going to continue to do. So it's harder now. I think it's harder now than it's ever been because of the easy access to everything and how much leeway there is with the rule or any rule of law.
Right.
I saw, students see their faculty and their guest choreographers, just rip off stuff and not get permission and that kind of thing. And it's really hard to, tell my students, don't cut stuff, don't, whatever, when they say, well, this person did it and that person did it and the chair of your department is doing it right now and blah blah blah. And you're kind of like that. Then again, you become the bad guy.
Exactly. That's why at the meetings this week, I want to find one faculty member who's maybe a dance composition teacher who agrees with having them go deeper into the music and work with it with integrity and leave it untouched, and have them speak with me. So I'm not the only one trying to do that.
Let me know who you find.
Yeah.
Who's left there now? Who's there now?
Well, Pam Pietro is the chair now. She's the new chair. Sean stepped down. And
well, that's been a long way coming.
Yeah, she's pretty good with me in terms of that. Yeah. She, and I have, of course, Alan Vogelsinger, who wants the students to mess with the music, and I do too, to really mess with it and cut it up and edit it, but separately. Let's work with them, mentor them with that, but not have them use that for their pieces. Jeremy Nelson and who else is there? Poor Gus passed away. That was sad. We have Betsy.
Pam should. Hopefully, Pam will come around.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, I'm sure it's very different in other countries. That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, I think at the beginning, is what I do with my content is that when I film a dance class or something and I have a dancer in the video, I ask the dancer directly. Even if the company, for example, in Copenhagen, I asked for permission. I was like, can I film videos? And they were like, no, no, no. And then I kind of ignore it and I filmed and then I asked the dancers and they didn't say anything. I always tag them so they see that I'm doing this and they don't complain, you know, so it's always like always talking with the people on the video, you know, like making simple things because as now Lea is saying, you know, like different laws in different countries. So if we went into this, it's going to be so, of course, it would be nice to have a lawyer and all of this, but it's going to get so complicated just to show short videos or videos in our YouTube channel. I mean, I understand your concern, of course. It's like always like the copyright and all of this, and it's important. But let's start from something, you know, easy. You know what I mean? I hope I don't sound like simplifying things, but I think we need to focus on a smaller task or like videos or things that we want to share.
This subject is always going to be there. So it's not going to go away. But I think, yeah, this meeting was supposed to be like an hour, so we probably should,
yeah, exactly.
You know, but think about the step that we decided to do is to have some place, some link that we're going to send if we have them some snippets of stuff as a starting point, and some sort of message will go out to the group, you know,
yes,
the guild.
Exactly. I will send an email asking about people sending links or sending video, sending material. Bye, Susan. Thank you for today. Okay,
bye, Andy.
so yeah, let's start from this. Let's see what we can, I mean, all of you have now this information. Let's try to spread it and we will send the email and let's see what we can get. And then let's increase the links and the video material and try to, from that material, try to throw something on social media. Let's take from there, I think. And then we will see. I mean, everything takes so much time with video and things, but I think it's a good starting point. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, doke.
Super. The next meeting will
Sounds
be
good.
the 10th of October. We don't have a meeting on the 20th. Okay. The
Okay.
20th is only, the 20th is only every 3 months and it's a general meeting. The work meeting is the 10th of every month. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Super.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mhm.